They call themselves Huginn, and I thought I was pretentious. That's a really, it's not so much a deep cut mythological reference, but they made it easier to find. Huginn is a raven that chatters on the shoulder of Odin, telling him all about the people who died on the battlefield and who's on their way to Valhalla. Supposed to be two. I can't ask them questions. In my dreams, I can only observe. I'm worried about Endicott. I'm not sure I trust the Curator. I'm fascinated by the artifacts they may have collected, but I don't think I can trust them very much. I mean, Jerry admitted that he doesn't know a lot, so obviously he could be wrong when he says that there's no entities that inspire hope, or love, or indigestion. I don't trust him.
Where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, and the waving wheat, it sure smells sweet when the wind comes right behind the rain. Hi, buddy. Good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah, you don't care that I'm turning into a monster, now do you? You just like your pitch. Yeah, you just like your scritchies. Hey, get this. Hey, stop it. You're in my face. Yeah. You like your scratchies? Hang on, let me find you a ball. Hold on. Alright, where's your ball? Ball? Ha. You don't want the ball? Yeah, not. The dreams I have about the avatars, they're very different compared to what I Okay, so to start, every night, each avatar is different. However, I tend to see the same ones over and over and over again after a while. Never 2 nights in a row. And normally never in the same order. But I recognize a few of them each time. There's a woman standing in the middle of a tornado as the choir swells and swells and swells and swells and yet remains silent. There's another woman wearing a fake face standing over someone who's asleep as the calliope screams with a manic joy. As far as I'm concerned, she's not so much threatening, because I also sometimes see her standing just outside the peripheral vision of who she just stood over as they slept. Not doing anything. And I've looked into some of these people, and they seem fine. They don't post much on social media anymore, as far as I'm aware. Some of their messages after some of those messages after my dreams involve a lot of hashtag therapy, if they're the type of people who are open about going to therapy. Another one is a dark ooze under the bed. Hi, buddy. Yeah, look at that face. Look at that happy face. In another dream, I can see this plane, this long outstretched plane of people clawing at me. I don't react to it, mostly because I can't really react to anything while I'm dreaming. I don't really control where I go or what I do. I've been looking into lucid dreaming to counter that, but so far my efforts haven't been very good so far. There we go. Sit down so I can pet you. There's another one that is about, it's hard to put into words, but it's like they're puppet strings, but I can't see who's pulling them or what they connect to. And I'm pretty sure that one's an avatar of the web, but I have no idea what's going on. And that's infuriating to me. Yeah, laugh it up. Laugh it up. I can already hear you laughing it up. Pesky spiders. And of course, Endicott. I've already explained to them what I dream about when it comes to them. Although it keeps changing, and it keeps changing because they're a new avatar, and they haven't quite settled in their role quite yet. Hell, they're even trying to escape whatever plans the Eye has for them. Which means that they're stronger than me. Even if provided with a way out, I don't think I would take it. I just can't be ignorant. I just can't. And of course, how I actually think these dream powers work, I think they have something to do with the way... I think they have something to do with my location. The avatars I see, they're relatively localized, I'm pretty sure, because when I go every summer, Clan Peacock has a tradition to go out into the mountains of Colorado. I'm from Oklahoma for the most part, and when we go there, the nearest town is a 5-hour drive away. And each night I don't dream of as many avatars, and I see avatars I don't normally see. They're mostly avatars of the hunt. Big Sasquatch and wolf-looking things. Sometimes vampires or vampire hunters. But normally they're mostly the same ones. So it's odd that I have dreams about Endicott, because as far as I'm aware, I don't think they're relatively near me. Now, Endicott, I'm not asking you to reveal where you're currently living to confirm this theory of mine, but I'm just saying I doubt that you're here, or at least close to here. I think it has something to do with your channel, allowing there to be an exception to the rules. And connecting me to you. And that brings us to Huginn. I don't think I found Huginn. I think Huginn found me, and I see Huginn a lot more often, even overlapping some of my dreams now. And the way they talk to me, I admit, I was afraid before, but I don't think they're against me. I don't think they're against me at all. They would be against me if I tried to... They would be against me if I tried to cross Terminus, which I never have. I think sometimes I feed Terminus. The end. Carries a burden of something forgotten by those who are remembered. The statements I make. Well, collect, but the statements I collect. that's what's forgotten. Because a lot of people process trauma differently. I don't think they literally forgot what happened. I just think they'd rather pretend like it didn't happen. And they died holding on to it. And it was strong enough for me to collect it off of them. I hear the heavy bells. I hear them a lot more often. I may have been deafened by the heavy bells. For I can barely hear when something new comes along, until it is right in front of me, ringing the bells themselves. I wonder what silence feels like. I wonder what ignorance feels like. Somehow I know I would be driven mad for it. As much as I miss being human, I think Jerry put it best when he explained why he couldn't just leave. I feel the same way. And don't blame yourself, Edwin. I've been like this long before you came along. But I will say this, I don't trust the Curator. At least, not right now. You know, there are days where I can pretend to be human pretty well. It's not that different from masking, you know? I've already been masking for a while. This just requires me to know. This just requires me to feign ignorance every once in a while. And partake in certain pleasures that humans still have. Like petting this dog. Yes. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Yeah, this is the face of a doggy who likes his scratches. Yeah. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. I love my family. I need to be able to keep them safe. Huginn mentioned that there will be letters, and well, I guess I'll be expecting them soon. You want to know what kind of letters? Well, apparently they knew that I would want to ask something like that, and they simply said that it will make sense when the day comes. Typical. You know, I've always said that the eye and its brethren can often feel like toddlers. But the end, Terminus, they feel more like a patient and wise grandmotherly figure. There you go. Yeah, you like the belly rub? There we go. You like the belly rub? Statement ends.